Welcome to another video, Walk on the Wild Side, and I am here in Blackpool. Just look at that amazing sky we've got behind me. Sun went down around about half an hour ago, and just look at that, isn't it absolutely amazing? I've actually just come out to take some photographs on the beach, and my goodness, what a sky we have got. That's the South Pier just over there. I'm on the promenade. You know, I wasn't going to actually do a video tonight, but well, I am doing one now, aren't I? So I thought we'd have a little look around. We're right in the middle of winter now. It's dark. Everything's shut. Well, not everything's shut. There are plenty of places open here in Blackpool. We've got pubs open here. We've got the Dutton Arms. We've got the Velvet Coaster down there, of course. The chippy over the road called Mother Hubbard's, which I did a review on a couple of years ago now and got chased by seagulls. That's open. So there are some bright lights in Blackpool, even though we are right in the middle of winter. They're taking the illuminations down as well while I speak. Yeah, they've still got some up here, but they're taking them down bit by bit. So we've got no illuminations, at least until, oh my goodness, there's just some lad on an e-bike all dressed in black just went bombing it up the promenade there. He's doing about 60, my goodness. He must have a death wish, mustn't he? Anyway, what I thought I'd do is we'd just take a little look around, you know, just a bit of a relaxed video. I might even take a walk around some of the Backstreets as well, and we'll see what's going on in Blackpool in the middle of winter. Just look at that absolutely amazing sky we have got here in Blackpool. We're well after sunset now, and I've said this a few times before on the channel that Blackpool, it's got a bit of a bad rep, but you cannot take this away. The beach, the sunsets, that is something you just cannot have a go at, can you? And just look at this view of the tower now. There it is, shining away. Well, we might not have the illuminations now, but we do have the tower lit up. It's like a beacon of hope shining through the winter and keeping us going. So we're now looking south towards the Pleasure Beach down that way. All in darkness. The Pleasure Beach, of course, it will not be open again until, I think it's February, I think. The Pleasure Beach opens up on weekends, I think, in February. So there are some bright lights here. We've got the pub over there, the Dutton Arms, the chippy there, all lit up, the Cod Mother. I've not been in that one. Now I'm just across the road from what was the Yates's. You know, the Art Deco pub? And it's all been knocked down, hasn't it? And as you can see, we've just got an empty space there now. And hopefully they're going to be building a new one. That's the idea anyway. There's a few people that said, oh, they haven't knocked it down to build a car park, have they? Because I think we've got enough car parks in Blackpool. But yeah, this is the space where the Yates's was. I'll take a little sneaky look inside and see if anything's changed since I was last here. I don't think it has. There's a massive big hole in the ground. Now there's a big frame there. I believe that was part of the front of the original building, part of that Art Deco front to it, but this is what the site looks like at the moment. It's a bit of a mess really, isn't it? A massive hole there. That must have been the cellar, mustn't it? Yeah, but they're supposed to be building an all new one, so we'll wait and see on that, shall we? Blackpool's cheapest rock, right here at the Rock City Superstore. Yeah, Blackpool. You know, I've not actually eaten any Blackpool rock for quite a while. Somebody gave me some as a gift last year, but I didn't like the flavour. I think it was sort of aniseed. I can't stand aniseed. So yeah, Blackpool. I used to actually work in a rock factory, not too far away from here actually. South Shore, yeah, it was called the Palace Rock Company. and I worked there, I think it was 1987, maybe 1988. So we're just coming around this building site now. We've got the Sun in straight ahead, the pub. And this little road down the back here, called Bolton Street. It's kind of like the back alley of the promenade. I've said it a few times before. It's a very narrow kind of street. It leads up to Waterloo Road that way, and then it turns into Bond Street. And well, I've done a few videos about Bond Street, and Bond Street is not looking too good these days. But as we look this way, look at that view of the tower. Wow, that is so atmospheric, isn't it? Look at that. A bit of work going on here at what used to be Mag's Cafe. Interesting. Anyway, I'm going to head down this road here. This road is called Shore Road, and it leads towards Lytham Road. So we'll take a little look down here, shall we? You know, I remember doing a video a couple of years ago, and this property here had a load of rubbish outside. In fact, all the garden was all full of rubbish here, look. All been cleaned up now, isn't it? What do you reckon? Yeah, it looked a right mess. It is a little bit sketchy around here, you know, at night. I have to say, a little bit sketch around this area. Look at all the sand here as well, look. Load of sand. It gets everywhere, doesn't it, the sand? And there are some hotels down here as well, so a few little B&Bs down here. You know, some of these properties look quite fancy as well. Look at them there, look. Look at the doorways and the bays. But this area here has become pretty run down over the last few decades. This part of Blackpool is a little bit it is a little bit depressed, and the road I'm heading to now, Lytham Road, I've done a few videos about that in the past, and yeah, it's not the best looking up this end. So we've actually got a church down here. It's called the Bible Pattern Church here on Shore Road. Yeah, it seems a bit of a funny place for a church, doesn't it? But we're heading towards the bright lights of Lytham Road just up here, and we'll see what's going on up there, shall we? Well, it's a bit busier on Lytham Road. Now then, you see that road over there? It's called Castlegate, and that's where I used to work. That's where that rock factory was. Straight down there. The Palace Rock Company, where I used to work, down there. And then they knocked it down, and there's like another factory at the end there, like another building. They've also built some new flats as well. So this is Lytham Road. Just here we've got the Taj Mahal. Looks quite fancy, that. And then next door to that was, I think, was that the first Blackpool Wetherspoons? This one here, it was called was it the Auctioneer or the Auctioneer. I think that was the first Wetherspoons in Blackpool, but that's been closed a long while now. Yeah, so this road is called Castlegate, and all these houses here are pretty modern. They were all built in the last sort of 10 years, I think, or so. And it's a dead end, and there's a building at the end which, well, that's where the rock factory was, right at the very end there, where I used to work. Tell you what, I just got a massive whiff of cannabis then. Yeah. But these alleyways are not, well, actually it's not an alleyway, this, I think it's a road, because it's actually got you see it's got a, what do you call it, painted, it's a big pile of rubbish here. Look at that there, look, wow. It's a bit of a mess, isn't it? Anyway, we'll carry on. I thought I'd take a Sneaky little look down these back streets. Yeah, there's another row of new houses there. Look, looks like someone's put some rubbish out and the seagulls have been into it here. Look at that there, look, wow. Bloody hell, what a mess. You see that? Wow. So more new houses here. God, there's a lot of new builds around here. This is where there used to be, I think it was a laundry, a commercial laundry that set on fire. Quite a few years ago now. Yeah, there was a laundry there. And yeah, massive fire, wasn't it? Again, all these roads are dead ends. They lead down to the car park where the railway used to be, where the railway lines used to go across there towards Blackpool Central. But anyway, this is Ball Street where I am now. It's called Ball Street, and as I come up this way, we're now facing the Albert. And we've still got a really nice twilight sky, haven't we? Look at that. Wow. Oh, here comes the number 11. Anyone for St Anne's or Lytham? Wow. Yeah, so that bus is going to Lytham via St Anne's, and I'll tell you what, it's a bit of a world away from here. Especially this part of Blackpool. Just over there we've got what used to be an old library. South Shore Free Library, I believe, that one there. No, a youth club, I think. The Boathouse Youth Club. CeeLo Interiors, they've been there for years. You know, I remember back in the is it the 1990s, a friend of mine rented a flat above there, and that was interesting times. We used to go into the Albert as well. I wasn't a beer monster then though, not like I am now. D&B Bicycles and Services, like a little bicycle shop and repair shop there. This road here. Oh, Alexander Road. A lot of these roads don't have the signs. What's happened to the signs? But I know this one's Alexander Road because it's got a garage at the end. A car garage right at the end there, the Alexandra garage. Well, I'll tell you something, they've been painting the pots around here. Look at this. I don't know whether this is a council thing or whether someone's some idea, initiative or whatever, but they look a bit better, don't they? And it's actually got a plant in it, this one. Plenty of shops and takeaways along here, look. Got a little Premier shop there. Just here we've got a Chinese. Not sure what that, oh, it's a cafe. It must be a cafe, mustn't it? Cat Rescue. Nova Mini Market. Think about these little convenience stores, is they always advertise the worst things, don't they? Vapes, crisps, chocolates, sugary drinks. Welcome to St Peter's, Blackpool, Sunday 9:30 AM, parish communion, followed by hot drinks. All are welcome here at St Peter's Church on Lytham Road. And grand building, Accrington brick. And it's just across the road from another church there, St Cuthbert's, that one, yeah. Two big churches opposite each other, yeah. They don't build them like they used to, do they? It's quite a grand entrance, that, isn't it? There's another one of them plant pots. It's just missing the plants, that one. It has got weeds in it. Oh, check it out, we've got one of those modern BT, is it? It's BT, that, isn't it? BT phone box. They don't make these like they used to, do they either? Does it work? Interesting. Let's try it, shall we? Can you hear the tone? Oh, Hey, I tell you what, there is a tone. It actually works. Wow. It's not been kicked in yet. Give it time. We're getting a bit closer to that beacon of hope, but I'm just legging it across the road. What have we got here? Chakra. Oriental massage. Wow. Well, we're a long way from Cookson Street, but we can get a massage here. I wonder if they do extras. You know, you look at some of these buildings and you think, does anyone actually living there? It doesn't look like it, but I can see lights on in there. And I remember the old Taskers superstore. Taskers, yeah, that's where Taskers used to be. Elite Home Improvements. Do they improve cars? Anyway, just across the road, I've noticed something. We've got a new convenience store here on Lytham Road. I can't believe it. It's a Morrison's Daily. Look at that, the bright lights of the Morrison's Daily. This must have just opened in the last couple of weeks, because that building over there has been empty for years. That building. So we've got a new convenience store here on Lytham Road. Not like we've got loads of them already, you know. I mean, we're not short on convenience stores along this road, and takeaways. Another takeaway there, Joseph's Grill. Someone's got a parking ticket here. Can you get a parking ticket for parking? This looks like private land, but that car's got a parking ticket on it. And it says there, private parking on the sign there. Some more rubbish dumped outside. Yeah, so there's another convenience store just on the corner. And we've got another one just a little bit further up there on the left as well, so it's a bit like Central Drive along here. We just don't have quite as many Turkish barbers along here, that's all. Anyway, that road over there is Bloomfield Road, and that's where the home of Blackpool Football Club is. The stadium is just there. But I'm going to head back onto the promenade now. I'm going to head down this road here. It's called Woodfield Road. Let's go and head back onto the prom, shall we? I'll tell you what, it's a bit dark down here. There's a light off there, and just that one light being off makes it look really dark, I'm telling you. Wow. Well, I don't think they're accepting any guests at the Ryburn Guest House, by the look of it. How long has this been empty for? Wow. You know, it's a shame, isn't it, that there's so many of these old hotels, guest houses and that in Blackpool that are empty when, you know, we've got so many homeless people on the streets. The amount of empty buildings is criminal, really, isn't it? That one looks empty over there as well, but I might be wrong. I think it was a property just up here a few years ago now that was, I think it was at auction for about £25,000, which is not the cheapest you can get, but it was certainly at the time, it was, for what it was very, very cheap, and that's what they tend to do with some of these properties. They put them up at auction and they put a really low guide price on them. But they always tend to go for a lot more. I think sometimes they put these low guide prices on just to get people interested. Just at the back of the Lindeen, a very popular hotel. Oh, look at that there, can you see? Oh, the tower. We'll see it again when we get onto the promenade. Well, it's looking pitch black out there now, look at that. We've lost that twilight. But we have got this, the big blue hotel, the Lytham. You know, I know quite a few people that they can't stand hotels like this, you know, that have their own entertainment and that. They would rather get their entertainment elsewhere, but the Lytham is very popular, you know, it is. And it was even featured in Peter Kay's show. What was it? It was, I can't remember the name of it now. What was it? Someone will know, won't they? It was called the Ponderosa. Yeah. So you'll have to look it up. It's probably on YouTube somewhere, or maybe the iPlayer. I don't know what channel it was on, but yeah, the Lytham. It is a big favourite here in Blackpool. I can hear music now coming from up there. I think it's coming from is it the Blue Sapphire Hotel? Has anyone stayed at the Blue Sapphire? It's just up there, just up from the Lytham, and I can see lights flashing and music. There's music playing. Let me know what you think of the Lytham. Is it your type of hotel, or would you prefer to go to one of the more modern hotels? And don't forget that they're supposed to be building, the owners of this hotel are supposed to be building an all new hotel next door where they sent Chads down a couple of years ago now. So we're still waiting for that, we're still waiting for it, but that's it. That was a little walk around Blackpool. We had a look on the promenade, we saw the amazing colours after sunset. We took a little walk around the Backstreets as well. You like the Backstreets, don't you? So there you go, I'll leave it there now. Hopefully it's going to start to brighten up, so it won't be too long before we're getting into spring. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there now. If you like the video, hit the like button and also hit subscribe and tick the bell for notifications of new videos, and I'll see you again on the next one.